I love volleyball. I've played it as often as I can since I started when I was age 12. I've played for my country. I moved to Sweden and lived there for 2 years to pursue playing at a high level. Why then, whilst I was supposedly living my dream of playing volleyball abroad, was I not that happy when playing? Long story short, I was focusing on all the wrong things. In this video, we'll look at the next 2 games in my second season playing volleyball in Uppsala in Sweden, both of which were 5-setters. And I'll talk about how I managed to sort my head out so I could go back to not just enjoying, but loving playing again. First up, we have Riga at home. I started on the bench in this one and came on halfway through the match. In the previous video, I talked about really struggling with my headspace. This was for one big reason. My plan after the second year in Sweden was to move to another team somewhere else in Europe to play pro. To help with this, I'd signed with an agent who said if I could send him another game or two where I played really well, he was confident in finding me a pro contract. You might be wondering why I didn't already have lots of footage. Well, I'd missed the first half of the season with injury, a broken thumb and jumper's knee. And when I came back, I was kind of plagued with self-doubt and imposter syndrome, so when I did get to play, I wasn't exactly setting the world on fire. Well, now I was fit, feeling confident and like I should do on court. Only problem was I wasn't on court very much. And then as soon as I knew I wasn't starting, I knew I couldn't send that game to the agent as he wanted a full match, not just half a set. So then my head was gone, and even if I did come on, I wasn't in a good headspace to play particularly well. That is an unbelievable spike down the right from Koichi. We got off to a good start in the first set, going 17-13 up, playing some nice volleyball. Good pass, good set, good hit. High ball out of system back to Album. Very nice swing for a score. And we managed to see out the set pretty comfortably from here, keeping this lead up. Side out nicely again, which is making it look very easy. 3 set points. Carl takes the first one. First time with an ace. Nice. 1-0 to Uppsala. Anyway, as I was saying, this headspace meant I wasn't really enjoying myself that much when I was playing in games or even at training, as I was putting so much pressure on myself to play well to get in the team as it felt like my career was on the line. I talked in the previous video about how the solution was to focus on enjoying my volleyball to try and take the pressure off getting in the team. And I was really pleased that I did actually manage to do that pretty successfully. I was genuinely chuffed and happy to be on the court playing, and I was enjoying myself. I didn't feel that much pressure even at the big moments, and was just grateful to be on court with my teammates playing some volleyball. We got off to a pretty shaky start in the second set. We went 5-1 down, and then we side out, and Koichi gets on the roid to get us back in business. Having a good and consistent jump serve is honestly so OP at times. It really feels like a cheat code when they just go back, serve 2 aces like this and put you straight back into the set. Not surprisingly, this headspace where I felt like I was enjoying my volleyball again also helped me play way better. The big question is then, how did I do it? I feel like addressing a mental change like this is much easier than addressing something like anxiety, because in this case I feel like my feelings were basically as a result of a decision I was making. So if I could justify making a different decision, the feelings would change. So before, I decided that the most important thing was getting on court and then playing really, really well. And now I basically decided that I didn't care about that. I just wanted to care about enjoying myself, whether this was having fun on the bench or on court. So this idea about not caring about something that you do kind of obviously still care about is really, really important in sport. It's something where I've really reaped the reward of playing other sports, as I've gotten pretty good at doing this from playing golf. I've talked in other videos about the importance of the transferable skills between sports, especially the mental ones, and this I think is a great example. We've got a good set of volleyball going on in the background here though, both teams siding out pretty consistently, making it quite a tight game. So with golfing now, I'm a very, very average golfer. I've literally broken 100 once, but I think I'm actually quite good at putting. I've gone around pitch and putt in 61 a couple of times. And I think this is mostly because with pitching and putting especially, I've managed to do what I just described, in that I genuinely feel like I don't care if the ball goes in the hole or not. All I care about is whether I followed my pre-shot routine. So what that involves is basically making sure that I'm detached from the outcome. I'm not worrying about my score or what will happen if I miss or what will happen if I make it. I'm just thinking about where I want to hit the ball and trying to visualize it. It's much easier said than done, but if you practice, you genuinely can achieve a state where you actually don't care if the ball goes in or not, and you're only annoyed at yourself, not for missing, but for knowing you hit it whilst you weren't in the right headspace. As we get towards the business end of the set, Riga unfortunately started to pull away, and then they took the second set, so we're now back at 1-1. I think this is so funny from number 18, Adrian, So he was the captain for Uppsala the season before I joined and had retired because he had a kid. He was coming back to play for us on the old home game. And this little serving routine is so village, but I have so much time for it, where he'll, instead of hitting his normal jump float serve, he'll rush to get the ball and just hit a standing serve the second the ref blows his whistle. And unfortunately in this case, the ref took his sweet time in getting ready, so he didn't really catch him out. So he just does that little dummy where he pretends to throw the ball. And you'd be surprised how much it's just a short serve on either to take the pipe out or to take the opposite out. And fine, okay, he's never going to get an ace doing that, but he does take players out of the attack and he's never going to miss. So I really have quite a lot of time for it, and it's just quite funny. Anyway, obviously this sounds kind of ridiculous because if the ball goes in, then I would probably celebrate. So surely you would say, well, you do care. Clearly I'm pleased that it went in. I guess I'm mainly pleased that I followed my process and consequently got the desired outcome. I'm not sure how to explain it, as it doesn't really make sense, I admit. But at the same time, to me, it really does. I think this paradox is part of the beauty of sport. And for more on this point specifically with putting, I'd really recommend Bob Rotella's book, Putting Out of Your Mind. Whether you're a golfer or a volleyballer, I think it's really helpful for sports psychology. Especially serving in volleyballs, it's a very similar mentality to a golf shot where you have 100% control and lots of time to think before your shot. Anyway, that's enough about golf. Time to think about the volleyball. Good timing as well, as I've just been subbed on. So we're 10-9 up in the second set. I remember actually having a really shaky start to this game and feeling very, very lucky that I didn't get subbed, as that is not the first ball that I passed basically to no one. This season was the first time I started using the sort of bent arm tip where you hold the ball for a little bit longer to play it really, really tight. And it worked quite well. I got quite a few points using it this season. It's a nice skill to add it to the arsenal. That's a better pass. Okay, we're playing some nicer volleyball now. Still a tight set, 17-0. Now up to 19-0. Adrian actually hitting the proper serve this time. It's nice to see. I've included this point as it's a great example of something I have quite a strong opinion about, which is that in volleyball, it's very useful to call you. And I've had lots of coaches and players argue with me about this, and they say, no, you shouldn't do it, it's confusing, whatever. I've also never really understood the argument. The system we played this season was that the outside would set when the setter took the first ball. However, given the ball was on Adrian's head, he wanted to take it. So after Gustav digs it, Adrian and I both shout mine and go to play the ball. I then see that Adrian's underneath it and better place to take it. So I then shout you, and you can see me point at him saying, Adrian, you take it, right? And if I didn't call you, then instead, all Adrian would have heard was me scream mine, and then that's it. He's looking at the ball, he can't see whether I'm now still coming in to take it. So maybe he hesitates, maybe he steps away, trusting that it's technically my ball because I'm meant to set if Gustav takes it, and then we lose the point. Or he has to do a bad set because he does it at the last second, or he can't commit to it. Whereas instead, he hears me scream, you, he knows 100% it's his ball, and he can commit to setting it and not worrying about anything else. I appreciate this isn't a slam dunk debunking, and there's more to it than just this one example. I wanted to flag that. I'll definitely talk about it more in the future, because I definitely think calling you is a good thing. Anyway, back to the game. We are 22-20 up now, and Koichi again, showing a good jump serve is a cheat code, basically wins us the set. Very bad boy pancake as well, love to see that. Good rally to end the set, except does end the set, do we win it? He looks for hands, doesn't find them. Bosh, 2-1 Uppsala. Happy days. Nice point of volleyball to get us underway in the third set. Slightly bongled overpass kill from Simon, but it's fine. Take the ball in transition, over to Koichi, who swings over the block. Easy kill. 7-all now. It's a good deep serve from Carl. You make a really good dig in defense, and to be honest, this is pretty amateur hour. It's not a very good tip, it goes very high. I think it's just because it's between three players, they all slightly hesitate and get the point, but very, very lucky to score there. That was really not a great tip. Better pass though. Get the ball back because I just scored. That's more like it. That's another decent pass, doing quite well here. Koichi going off hands, playing a bit more speed at the wing there, gives him the poorly formed block, easy point. Nice dig from Reed, and a good swing from Carl. That's an unbelievably good hit. Fair enough. Some good volleyball on display again, so obviously Reed needs to take this one to take it to a fifth set. And I told you at the start, it does go to 5, so good pass from me. What can Carl make of it? Block out. We're clawing our way back in, but still. yeah, 1916, and we went on quite a bad run, which I shan't make you suffer through. It's not pretty. Yeah, that ball kind of sums up how we finished the set. 25-17 Tariq. Problem here is they have all of the momentum, as they were the team that won the fourth set, which makes a big difference going into the fifth, and they won it decisively. Good pass though to get things underway, but it's a very good block from Reed. It's a decent enough pass, and Koichi swings into the block, but well covered. And then, if I say so myself, uncharacteristically bad dig set. I'm usually quite good at dig setting from back of the court. That was terrible. Give them a free ball, and then, not surprisingly, get punished. Make up for there with a good reception. Over to Carl again, and this time we do score again off the block. Getting lots of points off block touches for both teams this game. Pass okay, but a bit low. Really good set from Gustav though, and not surprisingly, a great swing from Koichi. Both teams trading well, struggling to take a break point. I talked out. Apparently Reed then did take 2 break points. Another okay pass, but again a bit low. And this time Koichi makes the error. Uncharacteristic to him. That's when you start to know we're in trouble. I then came off, not surprisingly, that wasn't some brilliant passing. And Theo's come on, 8-5 down. Really needs to take a side out here. Good block touch. Guess where this one's going? It's not going to Koichi. Oh my word, what's going on? Oh, set is out. High ball set. Ah, stuffed. There we go. So that's a massive turning point. Not just because we really could have done with a point there, but because that's a huge momentum game for them. Taking a break point after the change of hands, which kind of functions as a timeout, and after a long rally, all big reasons to gain those momentum. That ball was down though. No pancake for you. As previously, we started to play a little bit sloppy and fall away and gave Reed some easy points. I remember Gustav getting told off for not setting Koichi on that ball. I think it was probably not a bad decision to set me, but it was a terrible hit to just swung it straight in the middle of the block. Justifiably getting stuffed and then serving the net. What a point. I don't know why this guy got brought back on. So yeah, lost that one 3-2. Still take a point obviously, but from winning a couple of sets pretty comfortably, it was a shame. Felt like a very winnable game, but that's what it was. Brief interruption to talk about Patreon. I recently made a video where I coached 2 of my friends, Liv and Tom, who are complete volleyball noobs, to jump, float, serve, and dolphin dive. And this video has done really well, and I really enjoyed making it. However, videos like this do take me a lot longer to make than these normal match review ones. So if you want to see more of that sort of thing, the best way you can support me is over on Patreon. So have a bit of support there. It's much more doable to spend more time on these longer and different videos. Thank you very much. Also, please subscribe. Into the next game then. It's a great rally to get us underway here, 4-5 down. I started this one. I played pretty well against Riga, I think. Decent enough. I passed German quite well. Did okay in attack, usual business. Killed a ball or two properly and then tipped a lot and went off the block. Enough to get me back on court to start. And I played all of this game and I played okay in this one. I scored quite a few more. It's probably my best attacking game I had this season. Excitingly as well, as I said in the intro, it is another 5-setter. Although disappointingly, I'm missing the footage from, I think, the middle of the 4th set and the 5th. And we did win this game, so you don't get to see our triumphant victory and how we then learnt our lesson of how to win a 5th setter. I will talk in a minute about how to win tight games and our experience this season as a team with dealing with those situations. This is quite a scrappy rally from Uppsala really. It's a bit of a bad pass and then not a brilliant set, and then Koichi goes too early and it's in the wrong place and so on. But we all make up for it because this is a ridiculous swing. Although it looks in from here, it really does make me laugh though, just seeing both teams reacting to the ref going mental when the call goes one way or the other. And I do feel bad for us. I remember. I think I just included that. I mean, let's just watch that again. I just included that because that is just an unbelievably brutal block. That ball goes literally straight down. That's horrendous. Oh well, nice rally afterwards to make up for things. Watching this back reminds me of Ökugund are a really scrappy team. One of those teams where you get a lot of these sorts of rallies where just there's balls flying over the net in all sorts of unconventional ways and it's a bit chaotic. Something really, really funny happens in a couple of points that I need to provide a bit of background for to get why it entertains me so much. So one of my friends from home, Hannah, had come to visit and was watching this game with another friend, Harry, and they both play volleyball. And funny enough, the previous year she'd come with a different volleyball friend, Zach, and had watched the exact same fixture, us playing Erkljunga at home, which we won 3-1. And during the game, she asked Zach, what do you think the difference is then between the Elite Series in Sweden and Super League in the UK? And he said, oh, well, the middles really stand out. They're just much more sort of technical, competent players and not as sort of just big donkeys that can hit and block. They could all, set or whatever. And she's like, oh, fair enough. And then she was recounting this story to Harry, who, as I say, plays volleyball. And just as that happened, Simon Sherman comes in with this amazing play that he does, as you'll see here. He slides in and pancakes the ball. And Harry's like, wow, fair enough, yeah. That's pretty good going. You don't see that very often in the UK. And then the next time Simon touches the ball with Paddy, he has to dig set a ball and digs it straight out. Classic middle blocker. Oh dear, middle's going to middle, eh? What can you do? Can't live with him, can't live without him. Anyway, we're 22-20 down. And I can't remember what happens next. But it's a good rally. Surely that was 4 touches, ref. Scandalous. Probably should have got in slightly earlier there on that free ball and I could have taken it away from Gustav, but it was a decent set. Fine Koichi, and there we go, ball trickles over. That's a very big momentum point. This is crunch time now at the end of the set. This is where the winning is done, and that is not how you do it, by commit blocking on the setter and not blocking a slide. Not that you see slides very often, in my defence, but still that was well played. Defence system working well there, take that ball easily, and then let's let Bent arm tip again. I mean, they probably should dig that one. Actually, they did dig it, fair enough. Can I make up for it? Nope. Get a big block touch from a single block. Really should have put that ball away, that's a bit naughty. But it's okay because we have some big blocking on the wings. Take the set. No, we don't take the set, we save the set point. 23-24 down now. Adrian with his village serve again, trying to catch them out. Again, though, you'll see it is quite effective. Well, maybe not when you serve on the libero. It would have been effective if he did that on the 6 players and then went up a pipe. Unfortunately, not quite such good blocking second time of asking. They take the set. Not a great start from us here either. 8-3 down. So now is a good time to talk about what I said about earlier. Winning tight games. So I'll talk about this in way more detail in future videos, but these games, the two you're watching here, given they're both 5-setters, sparked a lot of discussion for us as a team about our ability to clutch up and do well in big moments. As this season would have been a seriously mixed bag, we had some insanely clutch moments, that was a good hit, insanely clutch moments, like our comeback from 18-24 down to win a set at the start of the season. Then we'd also lost a lot of games in 5, where some of them where we really shouldn't have even let it get to 5 sets, let alone then losing. So after another weekend of 5-setters, one going each way, it was a big talking point for how do we do better at being the dominant team once you get into crunch time. But the big thing this season taught me is that good teams are good and the best players earn their money in how well they play at the end of the set. Previously, if I got to 20-all in the set, but lost the match 3-0, I'd have been one of the guys saying, oh guys, we were so close. We got them to 20-all and then they just pulled away at the end like, we almost had them sort of thing. And that was quite nice. Well, good dig though. That definitely should have come up though. That's classic middle blocker behaviour. Sorry, I wasn't. Anyway, in reality though, I think now that's rubbish. Lots of people talk about 5th sets like they're a coin flip, and I couldn't disagree more. If first to 15 is a coin flip, then what does that make 20-all? It's a 5-point shootout. Right, the odds of losing a coin flip 3 times in a row is 1 in 8. If you're reliably losing sets from 20-all, you don't have bad luck, you're just bad, and your opponent is better than you. I know that sounds really harsh, and it's tempting to pat yourselves on the back for getting to 20, but if you aren't then getting over the line, you've got to be asking yourself the questions. Like we then started this season, why aren't you good in those big moments? Why are you reliably losing? Anyway, we've got to the point in the set where we managed to come back after having a pretty shocking start. We went 8-3 down, we've turned it around here. Erkljunga starting to capitulate, you see that's a really cheap point there that they lose. And the celebration for me, a good example that I really was leaning into just relaxing and feeling good. I wasn't thinking, oh, is that a bad look for the agent if he thinks I'm being showmanship or whatever. It's like, nope, that was really funny, I'm going to do it off in life. And as I say, as a result, I play a lot better. We're really cooking at the end there now, big bounce from Simon, and the last point is boring. We took the set, now back at 1-all. This is a nice enough point for me. Good set to Koichi, and then make the read well to see that the set's gone super wide, have to adjust my position in defence and make a nice stick. Good start to this third set. Some good volleyball on display, 15 all. Both teams starting out pretty effectively, although we seem to be spending an awful lot of time out of system. It's an okay hit, but probably should have put a bit more muscle on it. Again, defense system works well, turn that into a free ball. I really like getting the narrow set back and the push down there working nicely. 17 all, still very close. Good to get 3 up on the middle there, that's quite good pinch blocking from us. Good dig from Noah. That is seriously scrappy. I think I put backspin on that ball, don't know how it wasn't a double, but we'll take it. Point is a point. 19-17 up, and when I get absolutely swindled here by a stinky line call, this is about as good a hit as I'm capable of doing cross court. You can't really see because there's someone in the way, but I promise you that ball is definitely in. And you can tell by our reactions that we think it was out. And if we look again, you can tell by the reaction of some of their players that they knew it was in. I always wonder if refs are taught that, whether you should look at the players' reactions. Probably not, because then it encourages players to sort of manipulate it, but I feel like it's always a bit of a giveaway when one team's looking dejected and then you give them a point, it's probably better on. Anyway, big call from the ref at a big time, but he only gives what he sees, I suppose. We side up the next ball and then I'm back to serve at 20-18. Get completely dimed. Bad set though. Good pancake. Set Koichi. Yeah, again, they really should be taking that ball in defense. I feel like their off-blocking player has questions to answer there about why he's not getting that ball, but never mind. Not our problem. Nice defense from Adrian. So Adrian's a good example of a middle, which actually, I was going to say good at volleyball, that's a bit harsh. You know what I mean? He's technically a very sound player. More controversy at the net. Adrian's not pleased by that one. I'm not actually sure what we can complain about. I think from looking closely, it looks like it's a net touch, but it's actually not. It is just the ball. Either way, we're 22-20 up, having been pretty dominant this set, so we're looking like we're in the driver's seat. Unfortunately, it doesn't go to plan. 23-20 up. Easy serves, a good pass. Go to Koichi. Nice dig from them. Going on here. That's a nice shot. Maybe Noah could have made the read a bit earlier, but either way, it's a good shot, well executed. 24s now. And yeah, whoops daisy, I remember this well. That was very bad. I remember slightly choking this, and as I said before, usually after I shank a ball, I'm quite good for stepping in and trying to take the next one, play myself back into it. I remember here thinking, I do not want to play this ball. And Noah bails me out and gets it up, and unfortunately Koichi then gets blocked down, or even just hits the net. And we lose the set from being seriously up. Classic example of what not to do, and bottling it in clutch positions. Anyway, we're into the fourth set now. As I say, unfortunately we have a few more points. It's not a bad dig though. It's a good rally to get us underway at this point in the match. And I say we do go on to win the game, so even though that last set was pretty horrendous towards the end, we do clutch up and we win it. It's very tight. I think it's 15-13 at the end. So we show some good bottle and coming to win there. So it's not all bad news. Good dodge from Adrian on the baseline there. Definitely thought that was a touch, but goes our way. Talk about serves moving. I mean, I thought mine moved a bit, but that is an absolute joke. The amount of right to left swaz he's put on that is farcical. Anyway, sadly, these are the last 2 points we have, so we're just going to have to imagine the rest of the set. That's not a bad hit though. It's a nice one to end on for my contribution. Last point I have before the camera died, and that's why we don't have the rest of the game, unfortunately. That's the match. So we finished 13-9 here to us. We go on pretty comfortably, I think, to win the fourth set. And let's say the fifth set is super close, but we do come out on top. That's all for today. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like or subscribe. And if you really enjoyed it, then go ahead and check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. Next time, we'll be looking at our final run of games of the regular season leading into the playoffs, trying to secure the best finish possible to get a good draw.